An annual report that focuses on people experiencing homelessness in Winnipeg has been released and cites the pandemic as a major contributor.
I think the main difference this time is that we're continuing to suffer a pandemic, that people in homelessness suffer more than most of us.
This is the third census report by nonprofit organization End Homelessness Winnipeg. The study was conducted over a 24-hour period in May, where interviews were conducted with more than 1,200 people who were experiencing homelessness.
That number alone should be shocking for us. The fact that in a country as wealthy as Canada and in a city as prosperous as Winnipeg, there are 1,200 of our neighbors and relatives who are without shelter.
According to the report, the respondents said they had issues with keeping their housing after a loss of income, rent increases, and a loss of social services during the pandemic.
When we're asking people about the cause of homelessness, really it's lack of money and lack of affordable housing are the answers that most people talk about.
According to the report findings, there's also significant overrepresentation of Indigenous peoples on the streets, in which 68% of respondents who were interviewed identified as Indigenous.
We have a disproportionate number of people who are Indigenous in homelessness. And that's been a consistent story here in Winnipeg for many years.
Grand Chief Kathy Merrick from the Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs issued a statement regarding the findings of the report, where she writes, "It is deeply concerning that our First Nation citizens continue to represent the majority of those experiencing homelessness in our city. We call upon all levels of government to urgently and drastically change its approach to providing services to First Nations children, youth, and families, and to meaningfully remedy this unresolved overrepresentation."
We can't rely on a charity model to get us out of homelessness. We need to think about a bigger picture of what are the structural barriers to getting people out of homelessness.
In Winnipeg, Swidda Rassy, City News.